these people had a reaction of violence. Because progressively, in retrospect, if you look at it now, we have had a spring of peaceful protests that have been coming up, as opposed to the first week of the protest that resulted in riots and fucking people burning down shit and taking shit. You don't see that as much now because so many people have come forward and protested the peaceful way and try to organize shit.
Right.
At first hand, when all this stuff happens, people panic and they're angry and they don't know how else to act out other than to fuck this, I'm gonna go burn some shit, because they're fucking mad because they have already voted, they've already protested, they've already had their grandparents and their parents and their uncles go through all of this shit too, and now they're saying, a lot of people out there, their mentality is, you fucked with the wrong generation. And I feel that these people now have nothing to lose because we're coming out of a COVID. Most of them are lost their job. They don't. They're just living day to day, and they're out there saying, if they're gonna kill us, then we're gonna fight for our lives right now. And that's what the initial reaction was of the people that first week. When you look at it in the second week,
the angry people that lost people from COVID, they're probably like, I got nothing left right now.
It's a mixture of everything. Yeah. And so you come up. We're looking at the second week coming up in 2.5 weeks now. I think on Saturday it'll be 2.5 weeks or something. You look at it now, and there's a lot more organization. There's a lot more people out there that are peaceful protesting, and it's been documented. And these cops they're running out of reasons to fuck us up because we're not being angry out there no more. We're following your rules now, and this is how we're going to try to do it. And it just sucks because we basically had the result of what we were fighting for thrown back in our face with the passing of the $27 million being refunded to the police. That type of stuff discourages us. But I feel like we have to keep on going because, like you said, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to just happen tomorrow. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like they're more peaceful now because people are citing any supremacist racists out there. They're citing them way faster now. They're getting them out of the crowds. They're bullying them out because they are being cited faster. The ones that are throwing the bottles, the ones that are throwing things at the cops in the back, people are being cited quicker and they're being more careful, and I think they're starting to be more organized, and there's just a lot more people on the movement too now. So it's gonna get hard to mess with that. Like when it's coming out so strong, so peaceful, and they're doing it right. And there should be no reason for any other brutalities happening. If it happens, it's gonna be real bad. I think for the cops, dude. I think it won't go their way.
It's funny that you should say that because right now cops are being looked at under a microscope for anything that they do, and yet there is another case in Virginia where it looked like if it was a African American that had maybe mental problems or he was on a bad trip of some sort, but he was trying to go and be escorted into an ambulance, and one of the cops just repeatedly stunned him, put his knee on his neck the same way he did George Floyd, not for as long, but he also hit him with the stun gun on his spine, right on his nape, and it's all caught on video. He has hence been fired, and I think they let go, but he's under investigation right now. But it just shows you this happened barely on Friday, which was a week and a half from the initial event.
I did hear that. Yeah, I heard that story. I think the guy was disoriented. He if you see the video, he was walking slanted in a circle, and he couldn't get into the ambulance, and they don't know how to assess the situation. The guy didn't have a weapon with him, so why even do that?
Unfortunately, it's when you listen to it, the guy, it's kind of sad because he is one of the cops says, is he wanted, if he has warrants or whatever. So when he says that he wanted, you kind of hear the other cop just get his stun gun out and shoot him.
Yeah, he reacts.
What was that?
He takes him out. Yeah, he like I know what you're saying. That someone says, "Is he wanted?" Like, is there a reason for us to take him down in that fashion?
Yeah.
And the cop just said, "Fuck it," and like Manchurian, he just did it, dude, and fucking just took him
it was
down.
almost like that was like the trigger word. Like if it gave him leeway to do whatever. But unfortunately, the poor guy was also screaming for somebody. He was like, because I feel like he had just seen what happened to George Floyd. It's fresh into everybody's mind, and now he's in the same situation, and the guy's freaking out, resisting arrest, and trying to get away from the cops, and he's yelling for someone named Edie. Who knows who he's yelling for? But it's almost like if he was replaying whatever happened in his mind, he didn't want that to happen to him. So the poor guy was fighting for his life. Of course, he was going to try to get away from. And even if he was disoriented, I feel like the guys should have escorted him into the ambulance more than anything than try to arrest him.
I hear talks of people. They're saying that they need to make different types of dispatches now. Like the funding, if they do defund them, it should go to different dispatches that do have better de-escalation. Maybe like an EMT/police group that know the psychiatrics and maybe the problems behind someone's head, like that are going through that. Like they need to have different more training.
See, and that goes back to the problem that, people can't afford more education, like you're not pumping money into education. So why would you expect people to give these schools your money when you don't even have it? Like you can't, people are stuck in student loan debt. Like it's ridiculous. I myself can't even further my education because I don't have the money. I don't. So I'm just stuck with an associate's degree because that's as far as I could afford. And now people, to get a better job, it's like you gotta look good on paper. An associate's degree is not cutting it out anymore. It hasn't been for the past few years.
We're heading to the point where there's going to be two social classes. It's either you're going to be rich or you're going to be poor. And that's going to be it for everyone. And it's going to be ran all by brutal cops. And they're going to take away our right to vote pretty soon. And there's like a group of I wanted to bring up, and I'm very ashamed of this. These people here, it's not even in San Diego, but it's just in America. In Rome, Georgia, there has been a display of KKK public protests in front of the local police department, and they're just wielding flags with swastikas, Patriot USA flags with Nazi propaganda, and like I said, they're in front of a police station. And the police there that are protecting them are in no riot gear, and they're seen on film laughing and smiling at the Klan members chanting, "KKK is here to stay."
Wow.
What do you guys think of that?
Wow.
Are those people getting, rubber bullets to the face?
No, they're not. And they're in full-on KKK garments, like hoods, robes, purple wizard, fucking dresses, everything.
That's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed to live in this country.
And it's on it's on CNN. I'll be posting it on my page pretty soon, but it was just overwhelming for me to see that because I've been always deep into finding news and shit, and it just was overwhelming for me, and I had to take a break. But after seeing all this stuff, when I took a step back, coming back to it, I'm like, man, there's so much shit that is just resurfacing.
Yeah.
I can't catch up with it because there's so much now.
Why are people proud of that? Why are people proud of wearing, KKK attire or whatever?
I think it goes back to it being in the South, and that's why if the cops believe in what those protesters are doing, of course they're going to be casual about it, So that just tells you what exactly, is going through the minds of those cops that were on duty.
These people represent people that lynched black people that murder. They're murderers. And that's what the police doesn't find that, dangerous,
How is the KKK not labeled a fucking terrorist
exactly
group, anti-fascist?
Well, remember, Vic, when we watched the news that one day, I don't know what news channel it was, but they were talking like all about Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff, rioting and everything else, but when it came to the rise of white supremacists, they were like, well, that's a sensitive topic, so...
Yeah, they were... Well, we can't actually call them out.
Wow. Yeah, dude, like, the media's kind of messed up. They're kind of like screwing themselves over. I hope they all caught up. Anyone that...
I think it was that journalist's point of view from, like, I think he personally didn't want to be pointed out about calling out the KKK as a terrorist group because he was probably, exactly. And low key, we don't know what the hell's going on in the journalism underground. People could be threatened, unfortunately, with their lives for printing the truth. Like that premise alone has been proven throughout history.
Yep.
If you report the truth against the government, they will fucking kill you. End of story.
And it's not even the government. It's people who have money, who have ties, who also have ties to government officials, who are friends. Like, people use money and they threaten journalists. Hey, you better not run this story.
They say that in the Jeffrey Epstein documentary, that if you have enough money, you can literally work your way into any faction in this nation.
Yeah, that's sad, dude. Huh. It's crazy. It's getting crazy. It's to the point where we're living in a movie, and we have a leader that is a character.
Well, I mean, look, he's a reality TV face, that we've allowed to become an official.
Our leader.
It's insane.
Yeah, yeah, and it's sad because it's affecting the whole world, dude. Like not just America, just the whole world.
Yeah, he's literally stoking the flames of everything that's going on, and it seems like every day there's like a new low. Like the bar is somehow lowered, into the endless pit of hate.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, I did want to bring up a couple positive things, though. I guess I wanted to just name a few things that have actually been passed the last couple of days, in the last 2 weeks. From the protests and stuff, so there is progress, but it's very, very slow. One of the things I did want to point out was Minneapolis bans the use of chokeholds, and that's all of across the board in all of Minneapolis for any law enforcement. We already know that the charges have been upgraded for shoving to second-degree murder.
40 years?
Yeah, well, it's been... See, here's the thing, is most people don't understand the aspect of first-degree, second-degree, and third-degree murder. We, the people, want him to be at a second-degree murder to prove in the court of law that he was murdered not by premeditated, because we can't prove that it was a premeditated murder on a cop is almost impossible. And that's for first-degree murder charge. Most people want him on a first degree, but we want him on a second degree because it was an act of impulse. He still killed somebody, and we're still trying to get justice for him as a murderer. So it's almost impossible for the people to get first degree on a cop because it's premeditated. So our best chance of getting him, justice is a second degree murder charge, in which I feel, by a verdict, who knows what's going to happen, but that this is our only chance,
I saw George Floyd's brother in court, and he was saying that they knew each other, Chauvin.
Yeah, they were security guards together.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that's...
They both had conflicting, overlapping schedules when they worked, so they had to have known each other.
Yeah.
And the judge kind of agreed. Like, so you're saying that this is all pre-hand.